And one of the things that surprised me in your latest research note was your prediction that despite the fact that we're still in the age of deleveraging, 2% growth, you think the economy will accelerate to 3 to 3.5%. What drives that?
Yeah, well, that's his massive fiscal stimuli, and I think there's plenty of resources to do it. Now, some people say, well, productivity is low, and you don't have enough increase in the labor force, but productivity is very funny. It doesn't react to capital spending. If a big capital spending does not necessarily give you productivity growth. But what does is the aging, the maturation, the growing in sizes of new technologies. And you look at things like robotics and biotechnology, or maybe even self-driving vehicles. They start very small, they grow like topsy, but they finally get big enough to drive the productivity needle. So I think that's coming. And the other, in terms of manpower, the reason the unemployment rate is where it is now is not because of increase in employment, it's because people dropped out of the labor force. The unemployment rate is a ratio of people actively looking to work and the denominator of those people was those with jobs. Now, if people drop out of the labor force, as they did, a lot of people didn't think they could find jobs. And of course, the post-war babies, some of them retired, and younger people stayed in school. They thought they'd get better jobs with more education. We had a tremendous decline in what's called the labor participation rate, the percentage of people who are either looking for work or actively employed. A lot of those people are now coming off the bench. People over 65, their labor participation rate's going up. A lot of them don't have the money to retire. They were lousy savers, but also they're in better health and they want to stay active. And then you look at it on a global basis, boy, there's plenty of capacity in labor. So I don't see any inhibitors to that growth. And I think the fiscal stimulus is going to be the driving force on the demand side.